There's growing international pressure on Myanmar's government as a humanitarian crisis in the region continues to grow. 150,000 Rohingya Muslims are fleeing a bloody military crackdown. Jonathan Head from the BBC is in the region. He tweets out that he saw Muslim villages set alight, set on fire. This picture from the Hindustan Times. Thousands of Rohingya have already crossed the border into Bangladesh by foot and by boat. Many saying they were forced to leave, their villages torched. There is little infrastructure in place to take care of the malnourished and traumatized refugees. The UN World Food Programme today putting out an urgent call for donations. Graphic evidence, too, of the violence the Rohingya face in their homeland. Hundreds of injured refugees crowd a Bangladeshi hospital, many with shattered faces and shredded legs. Doctors say almost all of the injuries are from gunshots or bomb blasts. More than a third of the victims are children or teenagers. One of the youngest, a 6-year-old boy. The Myanmar military insisting it is only targeting insurgents.
We have to take care of our citizens. We have to take care of everybody who is in our country, whether or not they are our citizens. It is our duty, and we try our best. Of course, our resources are not as complete and adequate as we would like them to be, but still we try our best, and we want to make sure that everyone is entitled to the protection of the law.
And Myanmar's leader, Nobel Peace Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi, speaking out today, saying her government is trying to protect everyone in the strife-torn region. She stopped short, however, of specifically mentioning the Rohingya. Western critics have accused her of not acting on behalf of the minority population, and some have called for her Peace Prize to be revoked. The Rohingya have long complained about persecution. They are denied citizenship in Myanmar, which is largely a Buddhist country. To the North Korean missile crisis, and a warning now from Vladimir Putin, as South Korea says they're expecting another missile test from the rogue nation any day now. Speaking at the Eastern Economic Forum in Russia, Putin calls the current rhetoric counterproductive and insists the crisis can be solved by diplomacy. He was joined by Japan's Prime Minister, who called on world leaders to pressure Pyongyang to keep its UN obligations. Putin says Pyongyang is unlikely to end its nuclear and missile programs because it sees them as its only means of self-defense. Meanwhile, North Korea state media releasing video of a mass rally celebrating the hydrogen bomb test. Buses reportedly carrying scientists and technicians involved in the country's largest nuclear test so far were greeted by cheering residents in Kim Il-sung Square. And South Korea continuing to show off its military muscle with another round of land, air, and sea military live drills at its northernmost border island. South Korea's Prime Minister today saying he expects North Korea to launch another intercontinental ballistic missile this Saturday. And tonight, U.S. President Donald Trump is stepping up his warnings to North Korea, refusing to rule out military action against Pyongyang.